Bill Andrews. Just a fascinating amount of research he's done on anti-aging. And could you pick up where you left off, just talking about some of the details of how this
Well,
your approach works? And
as I said, I wanted to find something that really works.
Mhm.
What's causing aging? And by showing that when we lengthen telomeres, that reversed aging in every way imaginable. That said, here we finally found something that actually does affect aging. And so telomeres have now become recognized throughout the world as probably the best biomarker, best way of measuring age. So when your telomeres are short, you're old and unhealthy, even if you're chronologically only 30 years old.
Mhm.
If your telomeres are long, you are very healthy and young, even if you're chronologically 80 years old.
Okay.
And that's been panning out to be true in all cases.
Can anybody go get tested?
Yes, anybody can be tested. There's multiple labs throughout the world. It's expensive to do it the right place, but I recommend that if people are looking for a place to get measured, they look for a place that actually measures the percent of telomeres that are short, not necessarily the average telomere length, because the percent telomeres that are short is a lot more specific answer to the question than the average telomere length. So just look for that. But
Okay.
my company looked for ways to try to lengthen telomeres. Because in the previous experiments that we had done, like back even 20 years ago, we were using a procedure called gene therapy, which is actually where we deliver the gene to the body. It's a very, very expensive protocol. And even though people could do it now, it's literally cost over $1 million, maybe $2 million per treatment. So it's
Wow.
something that's not going to be available to the general public really soon. But we've been searching for small molecule drugs and natural products that will actually induce production of telomerase inside of our cells and lengthen our telomeres. And we've been very successful. We have our strongest treatment is a chemical called TAM818. TAM for Tom, Apple, Mary.
Mhm.
Stands for telomerase activating molecule 818. And this is the most anti-aging treatment on the planet right now. It is 300 times more potent than the second best thing we know of. It is so it's out there, and it's not approved in the United States except for skincare. There now are skincare products that you can buy in the United States that contain the TAM818 molecule. But it's now getting approved in Southeast Asia, mostly Tokyo and Seoul, South Korea, and Beijing, where it is now being put into patches and it is being put into sublingual oral spray. So you spray
Okay.
it goes under your tongue. Now this I said is 300 times more potent than anything else that has ever existed for anti-aging, but it's still not potent enough to actually turn a 80-year-old into a 24-year-old again.
Sure.
That's what my research is doing. We are trying to look for something that will do that. TAM818 is about 16% of the way there. Even though it's not strong enough to do that, it still slows down the aging process a lot. So we do expect significant extension of lifespan and health span from people just from the slowing down of telomere shortening.
Mm-hmm.
But every bit of funding that we're getting is going into research to develop things that are even better than TAM818. And now we've got the system, we've got the assays, we've got robotic systems, high throughput robotic screens where we can test 4,000 different samples a day. We've got the best medicinal chemists in the world that are designing new chemicals to be tested. And I believe that this is going to happen very quickly. I believe that the big bottleneck is funding. It's always been, especially since the global financial crisis of 2008.
Mm-hmm.
We used to spend over $300,000 a month, and investors were just paying the bills every month because of the fact that they were so excited at our progress. But the global financial crisis in 2008 messed that up, and so it's been a little bit slower since then. But we've got all the products now. We've got companies like Isogenics selling products that contain some of our telomerase inducers.
Oh, did it?
And
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
product B, correct?
Product B, it's also called isogenesis.
Mm-hmm.
Those are totally natural products. As much as I like natural products, they have not demonstrated the potency that the synthetic chemicals have. And a lot of people are pretty down on synthetic chemicals. But
Sure.
the truth of the matter is they shouldn't be. It's actually not the synthetic chemicals are the problem. It's the companies that sell them or produce them that's the problem. Because
Okay.
a lot of companies don't want to make them safe, but we are making them safe. We've done a lot of medicinal chemistry to make our chemicals safe, and we actually use a lot of natural products in our tests as positive controls for toxicity. And this particular TAM 818 has been demonstrating to be safer than like ginger, resveratrol, ginseng, which are considered extremely safe natural products.
Right.
This synthetic chemical is safer than that even.
No side effects?
No side effects whatsoever. And skin cream studies, clinical studies were done in Italy by a company called Abbott Laboratory on 100 women putting it on their skin. Not a single adverse side effect. Not one. The only side effects were positive side effects. You know, everybody's real excited because every single person saw wrinkles decrease, age spots decrease, elasticity increase. On and on.
Softness of skin?
Yeah,
Tightness?
everything got better. Yeah, the skin became tighter. But the difference between this and other products that do the same thing is it didn't disappear the next morning. It stayed. So if you continue taking the product, you'll stay having young-looking skin. But if you stop taking the product, then you'll start aging at the normal rate. Everybody's worried about all the movies where somebody stops taking a treatment or walks out some certain boundary out of their house and they suddenly age really fast. Well, that's not going to happen here. Aging just starts going at the normal rate. So if you actually can turn yourself, a 60-year-old can turn themselves into a 50-year-old, and then they stop taking the drug, it'll take 10 years before they'll be 60 again.
Okay.
And that's a really
How can
good.
people get a hold of
TAM
TAM 818?
818 products will be launched in Tokyo on May 18th.
Okay.
And it's a company, the marketing, see, we only do research, and so we've licensed the marketing to another company called Defy Time, a name that I really like. In fact, we're actually thinking of changing our name to Defy Time just because it's a so appropriate name for the research we're doing. But they have turned it into skin creams, they've turned it into other types of products, patches, oral products. Some of these things are still under the approval process, but the skin cream at least has been approved in the United States, so it will be available right away, hopefully by the end of May. And the other products will be following suit shortly thereafter.
The
And
skin cream can be ordered from Australia right now.
the skin cream can be ordered from Australia for a very temporary time.
Oh,
The 5-time skin cream will be taking that over, so then the 5-time will become available in Australia just about the same time it will in the United States. It's essentially, it contains the same molecule, except now the molecule has been enhanced by increasing the amount that's in it and increasing the delivery system. So it's so the products that were available in Australia were, let's say, a temporary testing of product market things, and it did extremely well. The new product at 5-time is going to be the ultimate product.
And when do you anticipate it'll be ready in the United States or available in the
I
United
know it's
States?
launched in Tokyo on May 18th.
May 18th. Okay.
And so people can buy it directly from Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
through the company Defy Time. And let me just
Sure.
give you the website.
Okay.
It's www.defytimetam. So DEFYTIMETAM, Tom Apple Mary,
Okay.
.com.
And people can order it online
Beginning
through the website
for
starting
May
about middle of May.
18th,
Okay.
yes.
Well, that's good.
I know that I will be there in Tokyo presenting to an audience of 1,000 doctors.
and they worship you over there, don't they? I've seen
I-
pictures, they just
yeah.
clamor around you.
Some very famous person one time said, "You're never a prophet in your own hometown."
Right.
And it's amazing how wherever I go, anywhere in the world, I am treated like a real success story, and really that I'm the guy that's going to provide the first real cure for aging ever. But when I walk around my hometowns in Nevada and other places in the United States, people I don't think catch on to it yet because and it's understandable because there's so
So much of it out
quacks
there.
and
So
charlatans out there.
How do people know the difference between what's true and what's not? Because there is so much of it.
Well, there's actually a video, a YouTube video that's going around. That's the most viral video I've ever done, which is called "How to Tell What's True and What's Not True."
Okay.
There's ways.
On YouTube, huh?
Yeah, you can't rely on press releases. You can't rely on news stories. You got to go to the hardcore facts, which are most likely the best one is PubMed, PubMed, which is a source of scientifically peer-reviewed journal articles.
And
Okay.
I've tried reading some of those, and they're pretty difficult to
Yeah.
read.
Yeah, they get pretty advanced.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
understand
Have
the
your
language,
doctor,
and
have your
terminology.
doctor read them. They'll say,
Mhm.
well, okay, this works or this doesn't work, depending on what you're reading.
Okay. And we've got about 50 seconds before the next commercial break. Can you tell people about your website, where to find that too, for more information?
My website is www.sierrasci.com, and
Okay.
Sierra is spelled like the Sierra Mountains, followed by SCI for short for sciences.
Okay. And Sailor, you got a new book coming out soon, or?
I have a book that just came out
Oh,
called
okay.
Love and Kisses. It's
Okay.
Love and Kissing Trivia, and I'm working on a new book which will be out later this year. It's my first fantasy called Allie's Portal.
Okay. And your new book's available on
On
Amazon, usual sources?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go to Amazon, type in Sailor Storm, and
Yes.
everything's right
That's
there.
it.
Okay. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick